Your impressions once you finally got to see the tape of Saturday? Just kind of your takeaways from the day?
We did some good stuff. We had uncharacteristic of what we had been. I felt through the first 14, 15 practices, we had some mental mistakes, like things that you take for granted, snap count issues, and we hadn't used the 25-second, 45-second clock enough, so we were cutting it close on the play clock and some stuff like that. So some stuff we definitely got to clean up. I thought the effort was really good. Like I said, we did some good stuff, but not as clean as we had been to that point in camp, for sure.
Yeah, were the turnovers a bit of a surprise? Or a bit of a concern?
It was the last one was disappointing, a bad decision. The rest of them, Kevin's fumble was disappointing. Those obviously are things we need to clean up, and we're going to emphasize. You're always going to have some turnovers, and we've been, knock on wood, in camp pretty darn good with football. So there were some things definitely we need to clean up, but I think they're fixable for sure.
Coach just kind of told us about some of the young guys who you're expecting a lot out of. Can you talk specifically about those running backs?
Yeah.
Troy Anderson and Tyrell, kind of where you see them contributing. And
Troy right now is he's a 2, and in some situations a 1. He's a really smart guy. He's a guy that probably I need to almost take a step back at times, because he's a super intelligent guy, very cerebral, picks stuff up fast, and you look at him and he's 6'3", 215, 220 pounds, and runs like a deer, and you're like, your mind goes crazy with all the things you can do with him, and you're like, oh man, at the same time he's 18 years old and he's playing his first college football, and so you got to pump the brakes and put the reins on yourself a little bit to be creative and put him in situations where he can be successful, but not try to overdo him either. Tyrell, situationally, early anyway, will be he'll get some play time, and he's a little bit different skill set than anybody else we have as far as short distance quickness and ability to make some cuts. So we'll plug him in some personnel groups and see what he can do. But we'll find out here in a couple of weeks really what they're all about. I mean, we think we have an idea, but we haven't completely seen it yet either.
After moving on from the offensive line, can you talk about kind of your comfort level and how maybe happy you are with their development through this last summer and year? Yeah,
I think we're getting there. I mean, there's no question that we miss J.P. Flynn and Monty Folsom. Those guys that, Monty hadn't played a ton of reps until last year, but obviously J.P. had played a bunch of games. And so that being said, some other guys turn. We're still pretty relatively young. I mean, we've got Gillis and we've got Mahoney, and Mahoney's played a bunch. But at the 2 guard spots, we've got guys. Gillis has played some and has started a game or 2, but hasn't got a ton of game reps anyway. So he's smart and he's figured out. Jake McFetridge is always gamey. He's competitive and wants to be well. And then Taylor Tuiasosopo is the other guy kind of in the rotation in the battle there, who redshirted a year ago and had surgery in the off season, and so he kind of missed spring ball and was a little bit behind, but is now starting to come into his own. And we've got, like I said, a few old dogs up there on the front, but backed up by a bunch of young guys. I mean, we've got a couple true freshmen running with the 2, so hopefully that's a position where we're going to continue to get better, and the more reps they get, the more maturity they get, the better off we're going to be.
You were outside with the players before practice around 11:30. What did you think of the eclipse?
I looked at it a little bit. It was pretty cool. I obviously, it's been, when was the last one? Was it 73 or 75? 79. Okay, so it'd been like 6 or something. So honestly, I don't remember that. But no, it was pretty cool. And how, I mean, it didn't get dark, but you could feel the temperature change. That was for sure when the sun was a little bit blocked out. So kind of a neat experience.
Can you talk about some of the weapons you have at wide receiver? A lot of new guys there. How do you feel about the depth out there?
Good. I think Herbie's Mitch has had a great camp. Kevin Cassis continues to do good things. Justin Page has quietly done a really good job this camp. And with Jabari, if we can get him back, in good health and completely ready to go, in a little bit we've seen him out there, he's going to be a great weapon too. And so, and there's other guys in there too. I think we've definitely got some weapons. And the thing I like about them is they're complete football players. They don't mind blocking. They don't mind doing the things. I mean, all the wide receivers like to catch balls, but not all of them that like to block. And I think we've got a pretty good crew that don't mind doing their part.
When you went at a faster tempo on Saturday, did things open up like you'd hope they would with Chris and maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got some of those, tempo things that we use, and I mean, really, that's kind of who Chris is, if that makes sense. You can get him in space in some one-on-one situations, and he's a pretty dynamic playmaker. And so, we'll have our other places I've been. We kind of always had our mushroom list, if you will. We call it the mushroom cloud list. When things were really bad, there was always these few things that we felt really good about calling, and then our quarterbacks felt like you could blindfold them and they could make it work. And so, as we get closer to game week, we'll kind of hone in on what those are for us, and use them when necessary.
You mentioned Jake McFetridge. He didn't have a lot of experience coming out of high school, just playing football. How has he grown so quickly, do you think?
I think he's done a good job. Obviously, I wasn't here when he was recruited. He was a baseball guy, and probably honestly, as the offensive line coach a year ago, probably a guy that maybe should have played a little bit more, just to get him a little bit more game ready. But he's smart. It's important to him, and so he's a guy that, again, is a redshirt sophomore, I believe, now this year. So again, relatively, by most standards, a young guy. So his best football is still out in front of him. But he's got great work ethic, and it's really important to him. So he's going to find a way to be successful.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian.